Hey TK friends, this is Mrs. Ward. Happy Earth Day. This is actually the real Earth Day today, April 22nd. Earth Day happens every year on April 22nd. But today isn't just any Earth Day, it's a super special Earth Day because today is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. Today, our world has been celebrating the Earth through Earth Day for 50 years. In honor of Earth Day, I have a fun math activity that we're going to do together, and all of the pictures on it have to do in some way with the Earth or Earth Day. So the first thing I need you to do is ask a grown-up to go to our Google Classroom and print out this activity sheet. There's the front that looks like this and the back that looks like this. So if you're going to do this activity, this math activity along with us, you need to have both sheets printed. If your family member is able to print them front to back like this, that would be great, but I couldn't get my printer to do that, so I had to print it on 2 separate sheets of paper. So you can pause this video if you need to for a minute while your grown-up goes and prints this worksheet. If you have your worksheet already, today I'm going to use 2 crayons. I'm going to use a blue crayon and a green crayon because those colors remind me of the earth. The blue reminds me of the water and the green reminds me of the land. So I'm going to use these colors today, but you could use a pencil or any other color that you'd like. So when we start doing the worksheet at school, we always write our name at the top. And up here it says the word name, N-A-M-E spells name. I'm going to write my name right now. Why don't you write your name? And remember, when we write our name, we always start with a capital letter. And all of the other letters need to be lowercase. Also, when I write my letters, they always start at the top. So here we go. I'm going to write my name on my paper and you write your name on your paper. Go. Okay, I finished writing my name. If you need more time to write your name, you can press pause. But otherwise, we're going to move on. The directions today are right here. They're very small. I'll read them to you. They say count the Earth Day items and circle the same amount on the number path. Now, friends, we need to think back to the last time we worked on number paths together. Number paths are tricky because we're not just going to count how many items we see and circle that number. We're going to count how many items we see and circle the same amount. Parents, this is very different probably from what you did when you were young in school with number lines. We don't use number lines anymore. With the young ones, we generally use number paths. You might occasionally see a number line in TK through 2nd grade, but usually you'll see number paths. So here we go. Let's start with the first picture. What is this? This is a picture of the Earth. How many Earths do you see? Let's count and mark them. Ready, set, go. 1. Oh, I counted and marked 1 Earth. We only have 1 Earth, and that's why we need to take such good care of it. Now let's count out 1 on our number path. Ready? 1. Oh, I'm going to draw a loop around 1 square because we only have 1 Earth. Great, good job. Now let's go on to these next pictures. Does anybody know what these are? These funny looking triangles with arrows on the ends are the recycle symbol. If you see this picture on something like a milk carton or a piece of paper or foam or cardboard or an aluminum can, it means that that item should be recycled and not thrown in the trash. Let's count and mark how many recycle symbols we see. Grab your crayon. I'm going to use blue now. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I counted and marked 4 recycle symbols. Did you count 4 too? Now we're going to come down here, and friends, we're not just going to circle the number 4. If I just circled the 4, I would only be circling 1 square. And we don't only have 1 recycle symbol, we had 4. So I need to draw a loop around 4 of my squares on the number path. 1, 2, 3, 4. I drew a loop around 4 squares on the number path because that is the same amount of squares as the amount of recycle symbols that I saw. I saw 4 recycle symbols, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I drew a loop around 4 squares on the number path. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not just circle the number 4. That would be wrong if you were using a number path. Okay, let's move on to the next picture. I'm going to move my paper up a little bit so you can see it better. What are these down here? They look like soda cans to me. Soda cans are made out of aluminum, and aluminum should be recycled and not just thrown in the trash can. That's what this picture has to do with Earth Day. I see a lot of aluminum cans, and I don't know how many there are just by looking at them. I need to count and mark so that I'm sure I don't make a mistake. Grab your crayon and count and mark with me. Ready, set, count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, that's a lot of aluminum cans. I think somebody was pretty thirsty. I counted and marked 10 aluminum cans. So I need to circle 10 squares on the number path. If I just circled the number 10, would that be right? No, because that number 10 is only in 1 square. And I didn't only have 1 aluminum can. I had 10 aluminum cans, so I need to draw a loop around all 10 squares down here. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm drawing a big loop around all 10 squares in the number path because we had 10 aluminum cans, so I wanted to draw a loop around all 10 squares because that is the same amount. Now I'm going to come down and look at the last picture on the front of my worksheet. What are these down here, friends? Yep, you know it. These are cute little frogs. What do frogs have to do with Earth Day? Well, frogs live in ponds, and we need to keep our ponds and our natural areas clean so that the plants and animals that live there can stay safe and healthy. Let's count and mark how many froggies we see. I have my blue crayon. Ready, set, count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 froggies. Should I just circle the number 6 right here? No. If I just circled the number 6 right here, I would only be circling 1 square. And is there only 1 frog? No, I need to draw a loop around all of these squares 1 through 6. So I'm going to draw my loop all the way around the squares, all the way up to 6. Now let's count how many squares I looped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I drew a loop around 6 squares on the number path, and that's correct because there were 6 froggies up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So friends, this is how you represent a number of objects with the same amount on a number path. Now, I'm pretty sure you've got the hang of this because we've done it lots of times together before in class. And now we practiced the whole front side of the worksheet together in this video. So what I want you to do now is to either flip over your paper or look at your other worksheet where we have flowers, trees, clouds, sunshines, and even some cute little ladybugs. And on the back, on this side of the paper, I want you to count and mark how many objects you have and then circle the same amount on each number path. Friends, if you do this worksheet and when you finish it, you can have your family member or your grown-up take a picture of the back side, the one that we didn't do together, and you can write your name on this side if you want to, and they can email it to me on Friday to show me all of the great work that you've been doing. Okay, remember, TK friends, that number paths can be used to show the same amount as something else that we have. I hope you have a wonderful Earth Day today, friends, and remember, try to do something today to help our Earth, because we only have one Earth and we need to take really great care of it. Okay, friends, I love you. Goodbye.